Welcome back. In part 1, we saw how manipulators operate up close. Now we zoom out because dark psychology isn't just personal, it's political. It's in the propaganda you hear, the groups you join, and the companies you work for. Here's how the same tactics are used to control masses, not just individuals.
4. Dark psychology in politics. Dark psychology in politics consists of techniques of propaganda and political debating designed to negatively frame one's opponent, influence voters, and induce citizens to abandon individualistic behavior in favor of the collective. There are many levels of political dark psychology, and we can separate them into 2 major groups: during campaigns and in office. In democracies, these 2 phases can overlap, since politicians in power are still campaigning for the next elections. But even in democracies, you can still notice a marked switch from campaign to office. Here is a quick difference. During campaigns, frame the opponent as ineffective and unworthy. Frame the current state as hopeless. Frame yourself as the man to fix the situation. In extreme situations, make up an enemy and paint yourself as the right person to destroy that enemy. Once in power, frame the status quo as positive. Take personal credit for things going well. Find scapegoats for things going poorly. Foster ideals of nationalism to drop rational selfishness in favor of the group, which ultimately benefits the politicians who lead those groups. The last stage is common in many groups. Government officials indeed can be seen as group leaders. And in the case of extremist governments, despots act the same way as cult leaders and hate groups leaders act, using the same principles of dark psychology. That includes making up enemies, increasing group cohesion through extremist values and religious zealot, stoking fears and framing oneself as the only one to effectively tackle the danger, stoking anger as a diversion tactic. Funny, eh? Same exact society, but 2 specularly opposite way of framing it to keep the group loyal. Make up a big, huge enemy that can only be fought as a group. See the feminists with the patriarchy, or the red pill with feminized society. When people perceive a big external enemy, they will want to seek refuge in the group. More dark psychology techniques in groups are fostering group superiority over the individual. Humanist and enlightened ideals of individualism and personal freedom are a threat to group leaders. They seek, instead, to prioritize the group over any individual. The more people sacrifice themselves for the group, the more power they have. Dissolving members' ego with the group. The more members identify with the group, the more power the group and the group leader will have on its members. Fusing the group with the leader. The last stage of dark psychology is for the leader to embody the group. That way, he can reach total control over its members. At that point, there is no group anymore, just the leader and its followers who are in it for the leader. 5. Dark psychology in groups. Dark psychology seeks to reduce the followers' power and independence while increasing the leader's power and control. Have you read The Power Moves Values? One of them advises readers to develop themselves before getting too deep into any group. Why do I advise so? Because most group leaders want to decrease members' power and independence while increasing their power and influence over those same group members. To make people more dependent on the group leaders will deploy several tactics of dark psychology, including make people's problems appear as bigger than they actually are, so people believe they will need the group and group leader to solve them. ridicule, disempower, or exclude discording voices. Cult leaders seek to cut out all discordant opinions. Since that's rarely possible, group leaders frame any discordant voices as idiotic, uninformed, or manipulative. Funny, eh? So that they can inoculate their effect and keep followers loyal to the group's diktats and dogmas. For example, don't listen to the femininized society, that's what manosphere groups say. Don't listen to the patriarchal society, that's what feminist groups say. 6. Dark psychology in war. Dark psychology seeks to instill terror, to mentally dominate or unsettle the enemy in a way that will handicap its fighting ability, and, ideally, to make their fight and resistance seem futile. Manipulative communication during war frames the enemy as barbaric and brutal, and spreads that view as widely as possible. The armed conflict is only one aspect of war. Psychology, information, and propaganda all become crucial strategic tools to support a military campaign. 6.1. Terror to win without conflict. The biggest dark psychology power move in war is this: lead the enemy to surrender without even firing a shot. For example, Genghis Khan purposefully crafted a reputation of merciless brutality towards anyone who resisted him. That way, many walled cities and castles on his path simply opened the door without opposing any resistance. That was the equivalent of a big display of submissiveness in exchange for their lives. Encirclement tactics or displays of superior firepower also serve to win without firing a single shot. In a way, dark psychology at war can actually save lives. 6.2. The Nazi Stuka, noise as psychological warfare. There are countless examples of psychological warfare. A genius and innovative one was the light bomber plane Stuka, which had a siren attached to its nose. The Nazi engineers planned it that way to spread fear among the ground troops under attack. The goal was to build in the minds of the enemies an association between the sound of the siren with impending disaster and death. From a psychological point of view, the Stuka siren wanted ground troops to learn helplessness. Once troops learn they can't defend from an attack from the sky, they paralyze in fear, disband, and retreat in chaos. Exactly what the Germans wanted, and exactly what happened in Dunkirk. 6.3. Dark psychology on the air. During wartime, psychology is even more effectively deployed to control and sway public opinion. Wartime manipulation consists of 5 different elements. Frame oneself as good, ideally as holy, or as having a responsibility to export good wherever you're going to fight. Frame the enemy as evil. The enemy is oppressive, brutal, or even better, a threat to our way of life or our own same existence. Make victory seem easy and obvious. Few people want to actually go fight that war. So make it seem like a quick and easy business. Hide the true costs of war. Nobody wants to pay for that war. So hide the costs. Make it seem like the people will gain from it. Hide the true emotional costs. Nobody wants to see that our holy war is bringing death and suffering. So hide the casualties, the mothers with dead children, and the children crying on the bodies of their dead parents. 6.4. Mo power, Mo manipulation. Dark psychology can provide the cover for brutality to keep going unchecked. Countries with bigger budgets engage in dark psychology to control what the world thinks of their wars. By dominating the informational war, more powerful countries can keep engaging in modern-day colonialism and invasions without people realizing what they're truly up to. 7. Dark psychology in business. Dark psychology in business manipulates employees into giving up their individual self-interest in favor of the organization, while accepting only a small portion of their true contribution. The incoming points will be discussed in separate video. 11 ways companies manipulate employees. 1. Employees matter. 2. We're a team. 3. We're a dream team. 4. We're a family. 5. Lofty goals. Improving the world. 6. It's not about me, the owner. 7. We care about stakeholder, not just shareholders. 8. We win together or lose together. 9. We work hard, play hard. 10. We are driven by values. 11. We make an impact, build a legacy with us. Summary about dark psychology. Dark psychology is not a formal and recognized branch of psychology. There is no such thing as research labeled as dark psychology or any formal education courses on it. That's why if you research it on the web, you get a lot of dubious sites and books on the topic. However, that is not to say that dark psychology itself is ineffective or wholly unsubstantiated. Quite the opposite. Dark psychology is effective because dark psychology is psychology. Dark psychology is simply psychology, and social sciences in general, applied for harmful and abusive ends.
If you found this guide empowering, take the next step in strengthening your personal boundaries. Save this video and return to it whenever you need a reminder of your own power. Share it with a friend who could use these strategies. You might be the catalyst for a positive change in their life. Follow and subscribe for more content like this as we continue to explore the tools and mindsets for building an unbreakable character and a life of your own design. Stay sharp, keep focus. You deserve the best.